Hey guys, welcome to this video. As we're at the end of Pride Month, let's not stop the celebration here. So I decided to do a special review of a Pride-centric collection. Now, honestly speaking, I'm not sure why nobody else is talking about this product. I personally find it very interesting and fun, and I could not wait to get my hands on it. So here it is. Now, these, as you know from the title of the video, are the NYX Cosmetics eye paints, and they're called the Ultimate Eye Paints. And yes, I did get the whole collection. And no, I do not need all the shades, but when you get one such shade, which is so beautiful, and another one which is so pretty, I don't think you really stop there and you get the whole collection. So this is great actually for this video because you'll get to see all the colors that we have in this collection. And this will also help us to really, truly, once and for all, put it all to test, put our judgment hats on and decide if we really like this or not. Now, first things first, I purchased these myself. And when you do something like that, you normally forget to look at the quantity of each of these tubes. So when I received these in the parcel, I was extremely surprised at how teeny tiny these are, almost the length of one finger. So each of these tubes actually retail for about 14 bucks and they have only about 8 ml of product. They were only launched this month, especially for NYX Cosmetics Pride collection, which also explains the fun names that they have going on. Now, the brand does claim that these are once white magic matte paints that are supposed to be smooth and creamy, almost smudge resistant and highly saturated. Now, as you can see, I have definitely tried my hands on it, or at least my eyes on it. And well, I have a few thoughts. But before we jump into the actual review, I want to swatch these shades live so you can really see the matte paint in action. So we have here purple, which is calling all allies, yellow, the sun gaze, the green one's called Exist Fabulously. Red is called Rule Breaker, which I think I love. And blue is called Fly the Flag. And the final one, but not the least, is Coming Out Fierce, which is the pink shade. Now, first and foremost, these actually feel like paints in texture and also smell a little bit like a silicone-based primer. Now, though NYX calls them eye paints, it also markets them by saying that you can use it across anywhere on your body or your face. So it is definitely a good addition for those of you who are artistic. Now, they are supposed to be good for about 24 months from the date of opening. So you would probably run out of it before that. If you're going to be using it on a regular basis. Now, on the opacity of the color, they are definitely pigmented. And if you're going to be applying them as an eyeshadow and you use it as a brush, use it the littlest amount, as very little goes a long, long way. Now, these take a while to dry. So if you can apply on your eyelid and don't want to really create a line of that hooded eye, you may have to set it right away with almost a powder that could definitely mellow down the shade. So I would suggest go in with a similar shade of eyeshadow and even a sparkly one just to give it that pop of color. Now, if you do prefer to use it all over your eyelid like an eyeshadow, these are definitely fun and also easy to use since you don't need to blend as much and you can go in with an eyeshadow and just definitely very smooth to apply. So 100 points on that. Do remember though, if you are only using these to get the pigment for your eyeshadow, depending on how deep you would want the color to really show, you might have to go with a couple of layers, if that makes sense, because it can start to move around a little bit because it's wet. But if you start to set it right away with a similar shade of an eyeshadow, I think these are great. Now, what I did was definitely not apply it all across my eyes with like an eyeshadow, but more so like an eyeliner and layers of eyeliner. Now, I'm no makeup artist and definitely don't have a very good hand with my eyeliner. So the colors definitely start to show as a pigment, but my lines are not very clean. But I'll still zoom you in and let you see all the colors in action. I do have green on this side, then a layer of yellow and a layer of red. And on this side, I do have pink, purple, and then red. So the beautiful shades, very pigmented, very pretty to look at. But if you have a stronger hand and not so much of movement, I think you can get really beautiful lines with this. What I necessarily did was I went in with a very thin flat brush and dabbed a line across the eyelash line to create somewhat of a perfect eyeliner effect and really let it sit there. I think that definitely worked for me. I wanted something more vibrant, beautiful, and that really stands out. Now to my final review, I am enjoying these shades quite a bit, especially a nice to have for the summer. You don't need all the shades, but I can most probably share my favorite shades in this collection and that apply really beautifully. And these are the green, which is called Exist Fabulously. There's the Rule Breaker, which is the red shade, and definitely the purple, which really pops on your eye. It's called Calling All Allies. So these are definitely the three shades you should have. If you want to intensify the color, you can also go in with a contrasting shimmer shade in the inner corner of the eye, and that will definitely make the color block pop. These are definitely easy to remove with any makeup remover. They are not water resistant, but once they dry and settle down, even if you set it with a powder eyeshadow, they do not move much throughout the day, so that's definitely a plus. Now that's all for my review of the ultimate eye paints from NYX Cosmetics. If you like this video, don't forget to smash that like button and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, so you can find out about the latest releases and how they really fare in an honest opinion. I will see you in my next week's video, but until then, you take care, love yourself, and enjoy the summer. Bye!